It's not summer yet, but this is a little preview. We're all wishing it was summer. So it's entitled A Summer Vegetable Salad. And you can see the ingredients here that I have spread out before us. It's a very quick dish, but it's very nutritious. We have soybeans. These are called edamame soybeans. They're green and very nutritious. It's probably the most nutritious way to eat soybeans. And then we have some nice frozen sweet corn that's been thawed. You can, of course, cut that right off the cob if you have sweet corn in your garden this summer. We have some parsley that I've chopped ahead of time, and some celery also goes in this recipe. You'll have a recipe there online that you can look at. And so we also have a nice red bell pepper. It's interesting, these peppers, you wouldn't think of them as high in vitamin C, but a red or a green sweet pepper has more vitamin C than an orange does. So they're a rich source of vitamin C. Some green onions and garlic. So we have two species of the allium family, which are particularly rich in antioxidants for this salad. And then in the dressing we have a lemon. Now this is a Maine-grown lemon. You didn't think we could grow them in Maine, but we grew this lemon in our home. We've had a Meyer lemon tree in our home for the last 20 years, and it's faithfully given us lemons every year. This year we got 8 lemons. We usually get somewhere between 8 and 12 lemons a year. And it's a really fragrant lemon. If you were here and we scratched the peeling, even through my mask, I can smell that nice flavor. So we'll chop these up for you here. First you want to slice the green onions, and the recipe calls for a third of a cup of green onions sliced finely. I do have a third of a cup measure here, but I can never bring myself to throw out part of a green onion. So I look at the cup and look at the onions and say, oh, that's about right. So we'll go ahead and slice these up, and hopefully not too many of them will go on the floor. When you're slicing onions or anything else, it's good to have a sharp knife. And if you have a steel that you can sharpen your knives with, that works very well. I sharpened this knife before we started this evening, and it seems to be cutting rather nicely. These paring knives that we have are rather inexpensive, and yet they cut very well. I think you can pick up a knife of this type. Victorinox, I think, is this brand, but you can get several for a few dollars. And they sharpen very easily. Nothing worse than a dull knife. So there we go. And we'll put those right into our bowl. And then the pepper is next. I like all different colors of pepper, but I think my favorite for this salad for the color is the red pepper, because it brings a nice color to the salad. And we like something to taste good, but appearance is also important. And so you just slice it up small, little squares. And the nice thing about red pepper is if you cut your finger a little bit, no one will know. But we'll try not to do that tonight. That'd be a little more drama than we need. And It's hard for a physician to suture himself, although I've done it. Okay, so there's the red pepper. And we put that in the salad bowl. And then we can add the other ingredients. We add the chopped celery in. And again, that's about 2/3 of a cup. And 2 tablespoons of the chopped parsley. And you can chop this fine or coarse, either way. I chopped it about medium, like that. And then the corn, you'll notice I'm a little short on soybeans. It should be about equal amounts here, so I'm not going to put all the corn in, but we will put all the soybeans in since we're a little short on those today. It was hard to find soybeans in the store for some reason, but they are very nutritious. And as I mentioned, if you're going to eat soy, this is probably the best way to eat it. And we'll put roughly the same amount of corn into the salad. It makes a very colorful salad, as you can see here. When you mix that up, you've got the greens, the reds, the yellow, and it makes a very appealing looking dish. And then we'll make the salad dressing, and it's equally as simple. You take the honey, which I already have in my little jar here, and you add the salt, and I put the parsley in here. You can put it in the dressing or in the salad, either way. And then you put the garlic in as well. And this is 1 clove of freshly chopped garlic. A garlic press works equally well, but I didn't have one this evening, so I chopped it fine. And that's fresh garlic right from the garden. You know, garlic is a wonderful thing to grow. We grew this last year. Our garlic this year is already up. It's about 8-10 inches tall right now, and garlic is a wonderful crop to grow because it's so easy. You just plant the cloves in the fall and cover them up with straw or hay. Straw is better because it doesn't have the seeds in it. We have used seaweed actually, and that works as well. And then it's your first garden crop to come up in the spring. It even comes up before the asparagus does, and makes a great crop. Excuse me just a moment. And we'll get that later. And then all you do after adding that in the dill and the dill weed and the basil, which I've already added in there, is you juice a lemon. And we will do that. And I have a very simple lemon juicer here, and I'll juice it into the bowl. And you can see it's just that quick. My wife likes the other kind because it doesn't squirt on her shirt like that did to me. But I like this one even though it's a bit messy, as you can see. I came without my apron, and I'll pay for that, but oh well. Meyer lemons are very, very juicy. You can measure and get exactly the 5 tablespoons, but this Meyer lemon has actually a little bit more than that. The average lemon, a small one, would probably have about 4 tablespoons. And then you add that right in with your other ingredients. And you stir it well. And so all of that gets mixed up well. And this salad you can serve right away, but you'll find that if it marinates for a while, you get a much better product. The flavors meld together, and it's really very nice when it's that way. Okay, and then you just pour this over like that, and scrape it out. And stir. And you can stir that all in and let it sit for, overnight is fine, but even for a short while, an hour, it will improve the flavor of that quite nicely. And you can see it gives you a very pretty, bright salad. And the other thing, remember, the brighter the colors, the more nutritious the food usually, especially with vegetables and fruit, because the antioxidants follow the color, and you certainly have a lot of color there. And I wish you were all here tonight like we usually do it, because it's smelling very good, and it's very tasty. I've had this salad many times, because as you can see, it's very quick. It's even quicker than making a green salad, because there's so little to do, and yet it's a very nutritious salad. That's what it looks like, and very tasty. And with the all the different variety in there, you have a very nutritious salad.